Hello, everybody. You are watching The Mary and Joe Show, or technically MsChronicChronicles. This is a episode that does have explicit content. I'm going to be talking about some personal things. I found something today that I've had since 2017, I believe it is. Let me make sure on this. I'm going to bring it up in a minute. So trigger warning, trigger warning. I don't think I can show... Well, it's my business email, but it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm not gonna show the words. I'm just gonna read the words. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I'm not gonna show that because it'll dox my information anyway. But we'll do this. I'm going to be reading an email that I wrote to myself August 5th, 2019 at 12:43 a.m. And I'm just gonna read it as it's stated. A lot of thoughts. There are 2 chapters in this. This is technically the beginnings of my book that I am still writing, but I have like 7 pages done over several years. It's just a lot of stuff to take in over these years. And so because I've had a YouTube channel, because I've been able to be pretty transparent out here in the streets and have the respect, thankfully, from the communities, chronic illness community, and more so the cannabis community, recently the true crime community, all of you guys. I appreciate all of you. Just genuine humans out there listening to my life. I appreciate you and sharing yours. Thank you. So how is this titled? What did I write to myself? I forwarded my long Word document. Okay. So here we go. Excuse me. The current events and expression, RachelRawTruth. What is shocking is that today is the day and tomorrow is tomorrow, an onward day of possibilities. I often try to express myself, but the words don't fit in the subject line or the limit of box I have created. If you really know me, I have a true resume with talent from cover letter, verbiage, or to the aspects of references and millions of things I have allowed myself to try. Chapter 1. Word clout today. The reality of social media to me. Whoo, this is going to be intense. Please leave your comments below. I'm sure you will. This is going to be a deep one, guys. Some of you may be triggered by this, and some of you may quite feel me. Here we go. Please read this, listen to this, and remember that this is my story. Put yourself in your own mind in the text. You may find yourself digesting. I today am not sure where tomorrow fully brings me, but I do know actions bring growth and growth brings adventure. And with that, I also am the facts, and this is my facts. My life nicely put other in a place and space packaged for my grandchildren, but viewed by anyone in the world, where the space and time of availability in my new and active reality. I often believe that without saying it from my own side, how can I not express the truth with pictures, actions of film, the voices in the past, present, and future who find me? You're either a witness to my life or you are just a character. I started writing and sharing my life in text early in life in poetry. I am not claiming to share wisdom. I wasn't either taught or realized through my journey. I am not sure the perception or reactions I will get from my close friends or family, but yet, if they care to be a part, they will stand beside me and not in front of me. As I lay out my book, my podcast, and my long-awaited beginnings to long-expected cutting of 7 years of blogs, vlogs, and sharing my life's portfolio of photography, I am finally embracing the struggle, yet facing the truth. It's just another part of the bigger process of reflection. The inner truth many of you will enjoy, not its process. Please know I expect many to again stand in my way. So without sounding like I'm not afraid, believe me, I am. The details, the in-between, in which I am so far from the beginning and nowhere near the end of my vision or process to why I ever even started utilizing video, documenting my high school years, my college years, and even the entire process when I didn't think I was going to make it after giving birth to my son. I know and have known it's always been for a bigger reason. And the reflection of my life and my story is worth sharing. I'm not sure how else to pre-notify people who may or may not understand my creative drive or even why. I was diagnosed with a Santa Claus red sack bag of illnesses from age 5 on. And now at 34, this is many years ago, 3 years ago, I am happy to say I have granted to be good hand. I have granted the good hand of poker. Always be ready for life's beats and keep you on your toes. Beats on choices. That's funny. I think in many ways we are all in our own contemplation, but the reality is often many of us don't think the benefit of sharing. I, on the other hand, never liked taking selfies, but expressing myself in unique ways, in front or behind the camera, and posting it to social media was, and to this day has always been utilized as a global connection expression tool. Chapter 2. Make sure to hit that like or whatever is around to let me know you like this new transparent way of sharing my soul in conversation. I have many new things I am working on, sharing some of this here. Excuse me. I'm working on sharing some of this has been showcased and others are yet to be spoken of. As I am carefully curating the way I will release publicly, some of you know or never knew about my life and my creative visions I have been working on for now 7 years. Before this point in my life, I was afraid to share because raw footage is out there, but my bits and pieces of self and my reason for sharing isn't if it's not pictures of my mother, it's the poetry she wrote. If it's not the home movies I have growing up, I am now re-editing the film and the memories to tell my life story. The story isn't just mine. My younger brother has been missing for 6 years, going on 7. And to be honest, I plan to share a lot about him publicly, hopefully to connect the pieces to my brother's story, and many of you find him hopefully. The details to this will be released, but in the most cinematic way, as I know my life speaks for itself. And now, 34 years of creative expression, I will be showcasing parts of my podcast, my YouTube channel, my alternative activism sites, where I will showcase parts of my bigger project, editing my life into an indie film compilated with reenactments of my mother, father, brother, and friends. With the help of my many local neighbors and close friends, even over state lines, collaborations. I expect this project, many of you reading, will grow to respect over time. But in the thick of the releasing episode segments or whatever you want to categorize this project as, I am titling it Rachel Raw Truth Series. So as they begin to release, I will also use the text you are literally reading now or hearing to live edit my footage and share in podcast new videos on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Cannabuzz, the WeedTube, and so on. At 34, I feel like I have spent my 34 years fighting for my special way to make sense of 24 years fighting my liver death sentence. I share often in the social media aspect of illness that we, the people who fight their own bodies in health, mental and physical, we are the folks who are not allowed to question or contemplate without looking like we're streaming for sorrow. Thus, we often go in and out of all of our own directions, eventually only show the worthwhile stuff, the very best worth of the best days. And then that's unfortunate. That's if we speak too much, too little, we are not taken seriously for the multiple dimensional being we truly are. I am one of those people who believes we make choices in this life, but not in reflection to how we really want to spend our lives fighting our own health. I am left wondering most days, just like many others who fight chronic illness or pain, mental health struggles, it's all or nothing. We're either going to strive, or we are either striving or resting. The middle portion, if you will, to stay, it's a physical object. We are the baby, and we are also the adult inside of us. Today, trying to deny the child who needs constant care and supervision of nurturing is what I often notice we warriors know or deny. It's the survivor's guilt that isn't even explained to us, as we must survive our own illnesses. My mother was a photographer, self-taught. She had a passion, so much so that in the home I was born and grew up till I was 6 years old, there was a dark room. My father got into video film making, documenting many of my years growing up. I have much to say on the aspects to my father, but the blueprint of me continues. But in very strange ways, I believe that saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yes, I do agree. But my apple tree is full of stubborn, driven people. They all enjoy the adventure and the passion to test their own inner abilities. My grandfather, on my father's side, was an artist, but he also never believed his work held value. It was with what lined the hallways of my grandmother's home. I know very little about the souls of my family on my mother's side, but I do hope they figure out in time that I hope to learn more. Many people who know me know I am not someone who envisions being well known for my work so much as the work I shared of the life I lived. My son is driving force for the book, these videos, and his future children to understand why sharing is bigger than the content creator. It's the creation and it's the content that matters. The message with the memories, the meaning, something bigger to me and you and anyone else who's listening, and the legacy I live and leave for my family. The clout attached to actions and sharing are the effect, not the reason or drive for me sharing. I know the process of me sharing and creating are the only reason why I have lasted this long and am determined as I am. The memories of my mother laying in hospice in Louisiana will never leave me. But the promise she asked me to keep in writing her story and sharing our words of what striving and struggle are with not knowing what or when or how you will die, or watching the people you value and need to have that life full of questions. We all have that trying to live out these things we must in time. We have. It's the actions of will. It's the action of the will she had to write a book and never completed it. I opened her nightstand next to her hospital bed. I am not afraid to share the inner working of chronic illness, what it looks like from the person looking out, or what creative inspiration can do as a community. Looking at the bigger picture, focusing on the next steps to the bigger picture, the true craft of sharing is giving something away in the process. Sharing the intimate and the soul as a whole, yes. Thank you. And do watch for new posts. I will be sharing a lot more. I hope you guys enjoyed that today. This is a quick little one, but from my heart. If you kind of want to learn more about me, this is years ago. I am fulfilling my end of the bargain that I said in this letter I wanted to do. It's a letter to me, technically. But I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing it. I'm going to get off of here. Check out um, our podcast on Friday. We'll be doing some more then. I may be doing some pop-up podcasts very soon too. So please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a friendly comment. And until next time, check out my other videos. Get to know me. Talk to you later, everybody. Thanks. Bye.